Selected 1. Every move, every heartbreak, every separation has been part of a larger cosmic investigation. One not carried out by ordinary people, but by higher intelligence working through the fabric of destiny itself. You thought your story was unraveling, but in truth, it was being examined. While your name was being dragged through whispers and deceit, something extraordinary was happening in the unseen realms. A quiet audit, a spiritual cross-examination, a divine detective gathering evidence of who you truly are. Every kind word ever spoken about you, every act of compassion, every moment of integrity you thought went unnoticed, it was all being recorded. Your character was building a case that no enemy could overturn. And now, the verdict is almost ready. The lies are collapsing. The very people who tried to destroy your name are realizing they were the architects of their own downfall. What they meant for humiliation has become your elevation. But here's the part that melts the heart. You are never alone in this process. The universe assigned someone across your path, a soul who was meant to see you when you felt invisible, to carry your frequency when you were too tired to radiate it yourself. Elon Musk symbolizes the archetype of this connection, a consciousness drawn to light, innovation, and rare intelligence. It's not about fame or wealth, it's about resonance. The universe selected a being who could match your vibrational genius, someone capable of standing beside you without dimming you. You started to doubt your own sanity as the connection became poisonous. This someone mistreated your trust, your affection, and your energy in ways that cause you to question your own judgment, while making their actions seem essential or even normal. They understood just how to make you feel insane for responding normally to their strange conduct, and they knew exactly which buttons to press. You were unaware at the time that they were really recording your emotions with the intention of using them against you in the future. Additionally, you needed to get away from familial situations that were actively depleting your energy. Perhaps it was family members that never fully supported your aspirations, always doubting your choices and making you doubt yourself. Maybe it was family members who constantly criticize your decisions, seeming concerned but really damaging your self-esteem at every opportunity. These are the same relatives who will soon be held accountable for accepting bribes to distribute false information about you. Your adversaries totally misjudged the tremendous fortitude required to make the choice to split. You knew that staying would mean perpetually going around in circles. You were prevented from being who you were supposed to be by the same arguments, habits, and energy drains. You made room, then. You took a step back. You choose to be at peace instead of having them around. You were unaware that by purposefully withdrawing, investigators would have the ideal chance to question others about your character without having their answers influenced by your harmful relationships. Something expected but terrible occurred the instant you unplugged, and the proof of their scheme is going to come to light in ways that will even surprise you. The individuals you left behind were unable to cope with your absence politely. They immediately started a concerted effort to change the narrative of why you left, rather than honoring your choice or pausing to consider their own actions. They were unaware that this effort would later be used as evidence in a court case that would soon find in your favor. They seemed to have spent their whole lives anticipating this chance. They felt free to create whatever image suited their story since you weren't there to defend yourself. They said you were the issue to everybody who would listen. They said that you were psychologically unstable, difficult to work with, and incapable of managing family duties or genuine connections. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. The avalanche of good testimony being gathered about your character is going to methodically debunk every untruth they stated. They persuaded themselves that everyone would accept their version of events if they could steer the conversation while you were away. You had obviously gone on and would not be returning to defend yourself, so no one would ever hear your side of the tale. Unaware that they were laying the groundwork for their own legal demise, they believed they were master strategists. Over time, the falsehoods became more complex and ruthless. They portrayed you as petty, jealous, and incapable of making a lasting commitment. They questioned your character, your mental state, and the reasons behind each and every choice you had ever taken. Some even implied that you had been using people, stealing their goodwill while covertly planning your departure. Now, the testimonies of those who really know you are being compared to each fiction. Your ex-partner, meantime, was boasting about using money to propagate these falsehoods about you all around town. This individual couldn't stop talking since they were so happy of their easy money, telling colleagues, acquaintances, and even love partners how they were paid to damage your image is a common practice. They believed that they could not be touched. Unbeknownst to them, they were laying the groundwork for a paper trail that would eventually lead to their prison cell. Your relatives were working together with your ex, exchanging plans to do as much harm to your reputation as possible. They gradually attempted to turn your whole community against you by comparing notes and pulling resources. They believed they were being thorough, so they recorded their efforts. Actually, they were producing evidence that would be used against them in the soon-to-be started legal proceedings. The cosmos intervened at this point with your story's most exquisite narrative surprise. And I promise you that the ending will be far more fulfilling than you could have ever imagined. Someone began to inquire. Perhaps the financial crimes your adversaries committed sparked an official inquiry. Perhaps it was a newcomer who was curious about the true circumstances. Or maybe it was just the inevitable result of their increasingly frantic narrative having too many contradictions. This investigator, which is precisely what they were, began contacting persons who were really acquainted with you. Real individuals who had seen your character in person. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. Not simply your resentful ex or irate relatives who felt abandoned. Your enemies, neighbors who witnessed your treatment of others, co-workers who were aware of your integrity and work ethic, churchgoers or community volunteers who had served with you, former co-workers who recalled your professionalism and kindness, and teachers who instructed you were all on a long and damning list. Friends who knew you for years, bosses who watched over you. They asked the same kinds of questions, one after the other. How did you interact with this individual? Have you ever seen any improper behavior from them? Were they trustworthy? When they believed no one was looking, how did they treat people? Have they ever stolen from you or lied to you? What was the community's opinion of them? Nobody, least of all those who had been circulating false information about you, anticipated the pattern that the reactions began. Not only did they all have great things to say, but their glowing testimonies portrayed a picture that was very different from the character assassination campaign that your adversaries had planned. The investigator took thorough notes, which would soon be used as evidence in court cases that may permanently alter your life. They constantly showed kindness to everyone, including those who were unable to assist them. Even when they were under a lot of stress, I never seen them act out. They made a special effort to assist those in need. They were among the most sincere individuals I had ever encountered. You get what you see. They don't give up on people easy. Therefore, if they left a situation, they most likely had a very good reason. They consistently fulfilled their commitments and paid their payments on schedule. I trusted them with my kids, my business, and my secrets. They never once violated that confidence. The investigator persisted in their inquiries and research in the hopes of discovering someone who would corroborate the unfavorable rumors that your adversaries were circulating. Rather, they discovered a group of individuals that loved you, respected you, and couldn't comprehend why anybody would criticize you. The credibility of your adversary was further undermined by each affirmative answer. The investigator began to suspect illicit activity because of the extreme disparity. How could a tiny number of individuals portray someone with such widely accepted favorable character references as the antagonist? Financial data demonstrating bribery and collusion amongst your accusers were going to provide the solution. Public opinion began to change in ways that frightened your adversaries. The investigator became aware that your accusers were not providing them with a fair account. They were receiving an entirely biased assault that was inconsistent with what other people had experienced of you. Because the proof was so strong, legal action was taken right away. And your adversaries will soon have to deal with repercussions they never anticipated. The officers in charge of this inquiry began by using their professional expertise and instincts. They understand that the truth is revealed when all impartial parties have good things to say about someone, and only those who have clear grievances have bad things to say. They have previously seen similar tendency in instances involving conspiracy, defamation, and fraud. People's encounters with you told the story of your character. People who had nothing to gain from supporting you, no motive to lie on your behalf, and no ulterior motive to do so affirmed your integrity. They just said the truth about your true self. And it was difficult to disregard that reality because it was so constant. What your adversaries failed to foresee was how their falsehoods would serve to expose their own weaknesses. It became more clear that they were projecting their own problems onto you the more frantically they attempted to persuade others that you were awful. Their charges began to show trends that told the investigators more about them than about you. Financial fraud, defamation, conspiracy to conduct character assassination, and perhaps even stalking charges were added to the inquiry. Your adversaries realized they had destroyed themselves after believing they had destroyed you. The proof they needed to guarantee they were held accountable for their crimes was found in the precise acts they committed to harm you. Let us now pause for a moment to celebrate those who have been selected. Cheers to those who have a different perspective on the world. The attentive spirits, the quiet guards, who are ever alert and on guard. They wouldn't have it any other way, and they don't fit the mold. They create their own pathways, waging invisible wars and shedding light on the dark places while others follow well-known ones. It's okay if it's not for everyone, but you'll know something is for you if you sense it in your soul. Just the truth, no disguises or pretension. It's the Obsidian Inner Order. A place where like-minded people get together to exchange knowledge, bond, and change. More than 450 people, bound together by purpose rather than uniformity. You know where to find us if you're ready. The description contains the URL. Otherwise, that's all right, because we're constantly here, keeping an eye on things and changing things in ways that aren't visible. Cheers to those that follow their own path because it is who they are, not for attention. Cheers to you. Thank you. This validation is more than just sentimental. All those who questioned you would be shocked by the impending official, financial, and life-altering events. The compensation package being developed will be beyond your expectations, and legal actions are now underway that will legally acknowledge the injustices you have experienced. Deliberate defamation, money theft, conspiracy to conduct character assassination, and concerted attempts to harm your reputation and prospect have all been found throughout the inquiry. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. You're going to be compensated in ways that go beyond money. It's a formal admission that justice is still served in this world and that you were mistreated. Restitution for missed chances, reputational harm, mental pain, and punitive damages to make sure your adversaries never do anything similar again are all part of the settlement under negotiation. The sum is substantial enough to completely alter your financial circumstances and provide you the assurance you need to follow your aspirations. The individuals who attempted to bring you down will have to see your triumph in the most degrading manner conceivable, since your victory will be well known. Anyone interested in learning the truth about what really transpired will have access to court documents. Through formal judicial mechanisms, the same community that heard their falsehoods will see your full vindication. The legal process that will make reconnection impossible is going to fulfill your innermost desire to be totally free from these poisonous relationships. Through restraining orders, no contact provisions, and legal repercussions, the energetic ties that bound you to those who didn't deserve access to your energy are being permanently severed, keeping them away from you for good. Beyond mere lying, the inquiry revealed something much more illegal and unsettling. Prosecutors are describing it as one of the most well-documented conspiracy cases they have ever encountered due to the extensive evidence. In fact, some of your relatives had set up a fund to compensate your ex-partner for spreading false information about you. Like a military operation, they planned their attack, exchanging resources, tactics, and even scripts to maximize the harm to your opportunities and reputation. Your ex-partner accepted their bribes without thinking about the long-term repercussions or the fact that conspiracy to commit defamation is a severe criminal since they were readily swayed by money and immediate rewards. This individual couldn't stop boasting to many individuals in various social circles about their easy money since they were so proud of it. At bars, they told their buddies that they were paid to tell lies about you. They disclosed information about their side business of damaging your reputation to casual acquaintances. They even boasted to their love partners about how cunning they were at using money to disparage their former partner. They disclosed specifics about accepting money to fabricate information on you because they believed it would make them seem resourceful or astute rather than dishonest. They were unaware that they were setting up a trail of evidence that would ultimately lead to their incarceration in a federal jail and the total destruction of their credibility. In a criminal case that was developing against them, every individual they informed became a possible witness. There is a long and incriminating money trail. Your family members' frequent payments to your ex-partner, which correspond with intensified assaults on your reputation, are documented in your bank records. Text message threads show how tactics and storylines are coordinated. Email exchanges reveal planned meetings during which they chose which falsehoods to tell and when to say them. They believed they were being meticulous and professional as they recorded their own conspiracy. They're all in a frenzy right now, attempting to persuade everyone they informed to keep their confessions to themselves. They're frantically trying to contain the damage and pleading with others not to do what they freely disclosed when they believe there would never be repercussions. Unaware that witness tampering is a new felony charge being added to their case. Your ex-partner is attempting to see everyone they boasted to and offering money in exchange for silence. It is now quite hilarious to see their desperation. In an effort to persuade witnesses to forget talks that caused them discomfort at the time, they are attempting to destroy evidence that is present in the minds of many individuals. They're discovering the hard way that you can't make people forget what you said when you believed you were untouchable or unring a bell. Plans to ruin your career prospects, meddle in your love relationships, and slowly cut you off from your support system were all part of the plot. They believed they were being strategic, so they maintained thorough records of their progress. As it turned out, they were building a prosecutor's ideal case with proven proof of deliberate malice. Your spiritual guardians, your ancestors, with interest compounding every day, the cosmos itself intervened to reverse their bad energy. They attempted to enchant your romantic life with each spell. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. All the curses they tried to cast on your success. Because of their own malevolent purpose, every piece of ill luck they attempted to bring about for you has come full circle back to haunt them. Your spiritual shield has been so powerful that their strikes bounced back to their source instead of passing through your energy barrier. Their current run of bad luck is the longest they've ever had, and it's becoming worse as the evidence against them becomes stronger. They're no longer having any success. Just when opportunities seem good, they disappear. Relationships break down for no apparent cause. Like water, money eludes their grasp. They're beginning to believe that their assaults on you are related to their recent bad luck, since they can't seem to get a break any place in their life. In the meanwhile, spiritual powers they were unaware of have shielded you from all the negativity they attempted to hurl your way. Their malevolent energy was unable to get through the barrier that you made by being apart from them. With the whole power of cosmic justice behind them, their poisonous intents have been sent back to their origin rather than damaging you. They're trying more and more desperately to get back in touch with you now that their world is collapsing and yours is clearly thriving beyond their wildest dreams. Additionally, the stalking allegations against them are set to use their desperation as evidence. In an effort to make you feel sorry for them as their legal issues worsen, your ex-partner is attempting to send sadness and yearning into your energy field using every manipulation technique they are aware of. They are attempting to persuade you that they have changed, are prepared to commit right now, recognize your uniqueness, and realize how grave their mistake was. They may even be proposing marriage or other significant commitments in the hopes that showy gestures would make up for the harm they have caused and persuade you to abandon the lawsuit against them. They are not acting out of love, but out of utter terror. They are becoming even more frantic since you are totally unaffected by their tactics and are immune to their influence. You are impervious to their emotional warfare because of your spiritual development. You no longer feel anything at all, except maybe a little irritation at their insistence, while before their phony sobs or theatrical statements could have touched your heart. Ironically, the evidence against them is growing as a result of their desperate attempts to evade punishment. Every attempt to get in touch with you, every attempt to coerce you into dropping charges, and every phony apology are being recorded and will be used to demonstrate to the court that they continue to endanger your safety and tranquility. You've gained the spiritual insight that comes from overcoming poisonous relationships, so you can see straight through their abrupt change of heart. They're not sorry for harming you. You know that. They apologize for being discovered and suffering the repercussions, instead of making amends for the harm they did. Their apologies are simply another tactic they're using to further their own agenda. You're no longer susceptible to their manipulation because of your spiritual development. You no longer feel anything at all, unlike when their phony sobs or theatrical statements would have touched your heart. Because of how strong and self-loving you've become, their manipulation of your emotions comes off of you like rubber bullets off steel. In essence, they are attempting to use love charms on someone who has developed a strong spiritual foundation. Their efforts to lower your frequency just don't work since your energy is so in line with your greatest good. Their activities will soon have very severe legal repercussions. Due to their involvement in the organized assault on your reputation and any financial offenses they may have committed, your ex-partner faces prison time. It is overwhelming evidence against them. They have constructed a case against themselves based on their own confessions to several individuals, as well as the documentation of bribery and cooperation with your family members. You're going to see the person who attempted to ruin your life being imprisoned for their crimes. Physical separation and legal repercussions will permanently break the energy cord you've been wishing to disconnect. It's not about retaliation. It has to do with the laws of nature. Catching up with someone who believed they were untouchable at last. Justice is being carried out without requiring you to do anything or jeopardize your moral character. You've been drawing your true tribe, while all of this turmoil has been working itself out behind the scenes. A heavenly male spirit is entering your life, recognizing that you are a light worker and wanting to help you achieve your goals. This individual is really interested in you, sincerely interested in learning about your thoughts, aspirations, and purpose, but not in attempting to control you. Instead of competing with you or draining your energy, they want to work with you because they perceive your skill. This is the manifestation of true love. Two light workers who are aware of one another and decide to enhance rather than lessen each other's brilliance. Instead of being intimidated by your power and independence, this individual respects it. They are rapidly approaching with information that will alter your understanding of what a partnership may entail, instead than adding additional effort and turmoil to your life. This person will provide complementary skills that will best balance your energy. The energy world in which you live is very different. Your deliberate decision to be joyful, to be authentic, and to put your own health first has now produced a magnetic field that easily draws wealth. You're reconnecting with your inner kid every day, the side of you that knows how to be carefree and have a good time. You're attracting romantic, professional, and friendship partners that share your high energy instead of attempting to drag you back to your previous habits. People are seeing your change and discussing it in the most constructive manner. Good rumors about you are circulating throughout your communities. People are motivated by your decisions, amazed by your transformation, and interested in learning how you've changed your life for the better. Everyone around you is being impacted by the ripple effects of your pleasure. Helping you makes the detectives on your case happy. The individuals who attested to your moral fiber are honored to have known you. Even complete strangers can tell you're unique. You're making use of your innate abilities for the benefit of everyone, not just yourself. That might be via your profession, your artwork, your capacity for healing, or just the way you behave in the world. People can sense the wonderful influence you're having. The detective who discovered the truth about you is now on your side. They are more than simply someone who gave you legal assistance. They are someone who values you and wants you to be successful. Positive energy radiates out into the cosmos and draws more positive things to you each time someone says something kind about you. The truth is now being disseminated by the same network that disseminated falsehoods. Furthermore, the truth has much more power than their fabrication ever had. You're protected in ways you are unaware of. People who really want justice to be served have been allocated to your cause by the universe. This struggle is not yours to fight alone. You have both practical and spiritual support on your side. Even if everyone likes you, the weirdos from your past may still be upset, but you are immune to their rage. Their feelings about your achievement are merely background noise that you can't even hear since you've transcended their energy so much. Your abundance is coming to you in many ways. Monetary reward, fresh chances, sincere connections, and, above all, the profound fulfillment that comes from making the right decision by leaving harmful situations. As your light continues to shine brighter, the positive rumors about you will keep spreading. People are compelled to see and remark on the good shifts in your disposition, looks, and overall way of living. You've shown that those who are selected don't have to face every obstacle alone. Removing yourself from poisonous circumstances and letting the universe take care of the justice part while you concentrate on creating your lovely new life is sometimes the best course of action. The inquiry, the confirmation, the court win, the new romance, the wealth of possibilities. All of this is evidence that you made the proper decision in putting your own health ahead of the comfort of poisonous individuals. Other chosen ones who are still debating whether they have the fortitude to leave what is hurting them might find inspiration in your narrative. Your achievement allows them to make their own decisions. Keep avoiding the oddballs from your past. Keep creating your lovely gift. Keep drawing in the richness that corresponds with your increased vitality. As a light worker, your journey is only getting started.